The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy.
Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy. It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world.
I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, rockers and cockers? Welcome in to another edition of The Wild Side with Eric Clark. I am your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day to hang out with us on the east side of Nashville. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit that notification button, smash the like button. And when you're done watching the video today, drop down in the comment section, let them know Kilroy was here, and throw me some horns. If you have a suggestion for a band song or a video, get over to the Discord server, which is linked in the description below, along with all of our social media. Get to the Discord server, your one-stop shop for all things Wyldeside. Left-hand side, YouTube reaction requests. Read the pinned message, drop a link, a brief description. I will get to it when I can. Today's Discord suggestion is coming from Jorg. He says, hey man, let's get back with some Epica. They were in town along with Sabaton, played the historic Ryman Auditorium, and from all things I've heard, it was an awesome show. So today we are back with Epica and Simone Siemens. I've been told, I'm just going to keep saying Simone Siemens. That's all I'm going to keep saying. It is Epica until she calls me and tells me something different. There we go. This is called Code of Life. It is live at the APHIS. So this is Epica, Code of Life, as suggested by Jorg on the Wild Side. Here we go.
This is Code of Life.
There you go, man. That is Epica with Code of Life, and that is a masterpiece of, I would call it, progressive symphonic metal. Just an absolute brilliant piece of music right there. Thank you very much, Jorg. Again, that is Epica with Code of Life. I'm sure many people have broken down the lyrical meaning of the track. I'm not that guy. I don't do that. I believe everybody takes something unique and individual from something. I don't think anyone can say, what you're supposed to get from a track. But I appreciate at least the obvious evolution, right? Starting with tribal and then going into modernity. And I get that. That's a cool concept. I really appreciate that. And that's something that, conceptual music is, I wouldn't say it's lacking, because if you live in Europe, but for the most part, in the mainstream of rock and roll, conceptual music has kind of faded off into the background. And thank God for bands like Epica that keep that strong and new and fresh. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I've had conversations with people about bands such as Epica and bands out of Europe that are doing the progressive symphonic metal. And people keep asking me about, the United States contribution in the U.S. music scene and stuff like that. And to be fair, man, I don't think we can do it that well. Honestly, I think that, they're doing it better than anybody on the planet because it's theirs. I think that these bands, Epica and et al., have created such a signature, indelible, new conceptual genre that it is very geographical and cultural. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I wish, the U.S. put out more progressive symphonic metal bands at that level. But I think a lot of it does have to do with geography and culture and, just different worlds in which we live. And that is what that world produces. And it's better than I think anyone else is producing right now. Very well done. I love that keyboard player. He's cheeky. I dig that. The song itself really is balanced well from all aspects of it. And here's what I mean by that. The highs and lows flowed perfectly. The harmonies flowed perfectly. Her vocals, Simone's vocals, she does this thing. Very, very few can do it. I'm not going to mention names or anything, but I think you guys know who I'm talking about. There's very few singers who can sing with an operatic control, because her control is unreal. It is an unbelievable level of control that she has. Again, it's the more you start thinking about it, the more you're like, wow, there's like 5 other people that can do this on the planet, which is just insane to think about. She is able to convey an operatic tone, like a texture, without singing opera or being operatic. It's still within the metal framework. It's still within the wrought iron of that metal framework, because she's so good at ebbing and flowing through those different styles of deliveries and controls. And that's really what makes that vocal stand out, is her ability to not jump, but flow seamlessly from a straight singing voice to a power dominate voice to an operatic push voice to the nasal controlled shapes of different words and controls at the ends of verses. Just really super thick and rich and very deep as well. So even when she's in the higher octave, even when she's in the higher range, she's still thick and deep and textured in that control. And it's just absolutely unbelievable. Every time I see her, it's like, okay, man, there's like a handful of people on the planet, which is, again, 7 billion people. It's hard to wrap your head around. She's one of very few that can dominate while still being, and here's something else about her about Simone that's really magnetic. All right, draws you in. There is an innocence to her voice, because she allows her voice to drop in octave. She allows her voice to ebb and flow properly. You can hear in her vocals there's an emotional innocence to her vocal. And when you juxtapose it with the growl, it just adds this dynamic that's just super effective. And here's what I want to say about the growl. A lot of times you'll see me wince if someone's going too long in the growl, because there's a window for that. There's a very small window for growling in music. There really is. I'm sorry to break your hearts, but it's a very small window. So sometimes some bands don't understand that balance. These guys completely understood the assignment. So his one verse growl was perfect. Not only was it perfect, but it added a dynamic, a subtle dynamic that emphasized maybe the imposition of the song overall. The song's very imposing, right? It's a very dominating song. You know, the crunch and the throbbing, it's just really holding you down. And she's there, you know, petting your head. And then he's there to remind you you're still being held down by this overwhelming heft of a track. So Jorg, I almost said George, actually. Jorg, thank you very much for that suggestion of Epica, Code of Life. If you, like Jorg, have a suggestion, get over to the Discord server, just like Jorg did, just like everybody's doing. I'm not asking you to do anything I'm not asking everybody else to do. Get over to the Discord server, left-hand side, YouTube reaction request, read the pinned message, drop a link, a brief description. I'll get to it when I can. Don't forget, I'm still unaware of a lot of these things, so I'm relying on you, my new music Sherpas, to guide me through this journey of mine. So get down in that comment section. Let me know everything I need to know about the band, the song, the performance, all that stuff. And before you leave, the least you can do, I've made the video, the least you can do is get in that comment section, throw some horns, and let them know Kilroy was here. Get over to the Discord server. Follow me on any and all the social media I have linked in the description below, from Patreon, PayPal, Facebook, Instagram. I am not that hard to get a hold of. So again, thank you for taking time out of your day to hang out with me on the east side of Music City, USA. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this is The Wild Side.